The Barefoot College is the only college in India built by the rural poor, for the poor who lives on less than $1 a day, and managed by the poor who have no formal professional qualifications. We do not believe that just because someone is illiterate, the person cannot be an engineer or an architect. The college was built in 1986 at $1.50 a square foot, using traditional knowledge, village skills, and local materials by 12 barefoot architects who still cannot read and write today. Over 150 barefoot professionals live and work in this campus. It is one of the few places where the lifestyle and work style of Mahatma Gandhi is still alive, simple, austere, down to earth, where the poor come for the challenge and not for the money, where no one can get more than $150 a month, and where all decisions are collective and transparent, and the organization is publicly accountable. Everyone sits on the floor, eats on the floor, and is committed to improving the quality of life in 110 villages, over 500 square miles, reaching nearly 100,000 impoverished, marginalized, and exploited people. The barefoot approach has been replicated in 13 states of India and 10 of the least developed countries around the world. The Barefoot College is the first and only fully solar electrified campus located in rural India. 45 kilowatts of solar panels with 5 battery banks provide power for 500 lights and fans for the library, the marketing center for selling handicrafts, 20 computers, the electronic mail, the photocopying machine, the traditional media center holding puppet shows, the film editing machine, the screen printing, the center training illiterate rural women to solar electrify their own villages, and the communication center. What makes this unique is that the installation of all these panels and applications were carried out by barefoot solar engineers who have never been through more than 10 years of rural school. The college has learned from the knowledge, skills, and wisdom of the elders and shown how simple, inexpensive solutions are more sustainable than the top-down solutions constantly proposed by the urban paper-qualified experts to the rural poor. Responding to the knowledge and experience of rural communities of collecting rainwater instead of exploiting groundwater, 97 million liters have been collected in 1,200 schools in 16 states of India, so that 500,000 children do not have to collect water during school hours. 600 remote inaccessible villages have been solar electrified all over India. 290 barefoot solar engineers, 76 of them rural women. 3,000 barefoot teachers running 700 night schools in 670 villages are attended by nearly 170,000 girls in 8 states all over India. 1,850 rural artisans, including weavers, leather craftsmen, women making handicrafts, have been given marketing outlets in India and abroad. 178 geodesic domes, fabricated by village blacksmiths, have been used in the campus and villages for meeting halls, houses in the desert, pathology lab, internet cafe, milk booth, and campus infrastructure up in the Himalayas. Illiterate rural women, some of them grandmothers, have already come from Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Cameroon, the Gambia, Mali, Mauritania, Sierra Leone, Benin, Bolivia, and Bhutan, and have been trained in 6 months to be barefoot solar engineers. They have gone back and solar electrified their own villages. In September 2008, the Government of India will support the costs of rural women coming from Tanzania, Malawi, Rwanda, Uganda to be trained in the Barefoot College. The college does not believe in handing out degrees and certificates after training. The certification is provided by the community. Certificates are reasons why migration takes place from the rural to the urban areas. Thus, the demystified and decentralized barefoot approach that is community managed, community controlled, and community owned has demonstrated the community power of simple solutions. This approach is replicable all over the world. There will be conflict of approaches, but all fundamental change comes out of non-violent conflict of approaches and methods. What Mahatma Gandhi said comes to mind. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win.